This winter I hit Folsom Lake with Captain James Netzel of Tight Lines Guide Service. Our goal was to troll up some rainbow trout and maybe a king salmon or two, but neither James nor I had visited the lake in over a year. Trout fishing at Folsom is typically pretty good during the winter months, but the only way to find out for sure is to get out on the water and show the fish some lures. To make things even more challenging, James and I were committed to using only one type of lure. In 2017, the folks at Brad's added a kokanee-sized cut plug to their lineup of rolling baits. Kokanee cut plugs have proven to be deadly effective when targeting landlocked sockeye salmon, but James and I feel that they are a deadly trout bait as well. James and I are committed to proving just how good kokanee cut plugs can be at tempting trout this season, and the first step was to get out on Folsom and round up some rainbows. After arriving at the mouth of Folsom's South Fork, it only took James a few minutes to get 6 kokanee-sized cut plugs rigged and in the water. If you're not familiar with Brad's Super Bait kokanee cut plugs, here's what they look like out of the water. And here's a cut plug in the water. Most serious trollers know that a rolling bait is deadly on trout and salmon. Brad's cut plugs have the type of tight, compact roll that trout and salmon love. It didn't take long for the first rainbow to come knocking.
Only back 150 feet.
Was that a top line?
Yeah.
Yeah? I like a long net myself. Jesus. Pull them right into
Want them outside?
No, pull them right into those other lines. Oh. Our long net wasn't long enough, and the first fish of the day got away.
Nice.
Show us that lure, Bo. What was that? That was that copper one, right?
It's the Lost Ghost, right here, the copper.
Show us that copper bait. All right.
Just out this year, my favorite color.
Yeah, we like copper at Folsom. That was awesome. That's our first hookup of the day. With balls of bait like this showing on the sonar unit, things were looking good. We'll be right back after these words. This is a Brad Super Bait cut plug. It's one of the most unique lures to come out in a long time. It replicates the rolling action of rigged bait, but it's a plastic lure. It comes in various sizes, and as I said, it's very unique. The actual lure, you can kind of see there, it slides on the leader. So let's take a close look at this. This is a kokanee version. So it comes rigged out of the package with a pair of red kokanee hooks, several beads. The beads act as a spacer to get the hooks behind the bait. And the actual rigging part of the bait, the line, the leader with the hooks, goes through a hole here, and then out through the bill of the bait. And it's angled, as you can see. And that's what creates the rolling action of the bait. Now there's another thing that's important about the bait. You'll see right there on the back, there's a small rubber band. If you take that rubber band off, like so, you'll see that the bait, and I'm making it look really hard here, but it's really easy. The bait will open up, and there's a small piece of sponge in there. Now you can put fish scent on that sponge, or you could take something like tuna or chopped up anchovies, mix it with some Procure, pack that cavity full of the bait, snap it shut, and then put your rubber band back in place to hold the bait closed. And what you have is a bait that's going to put scent out into the water. You can see there's holes in it on the bottom. There's holes in it on the top that allow the scent to escape and little bits of meat to escape. So I much prefer using real meat inside of one of these things as opposed to putting just scent on the sponge, although that is effective. Now, for kokanee fishing, I love this rigging. The pink beads, the double hooks, works great. You're going to put a piece of corn back there. That's going to give the kokanee a nice target to hit. But that's not how I rig it for trout fishing. And one of the things I really like about these is there's a bunch of different ways to rig these. But let's look at how I rig one for trout. toss this over here. I've got my rod sitting here aside of me, and actually got it stuck in the snow. I'm up in the Sierras today. So this is one of the baits that I've been running for trout fishing. And let me get up close to you here so you can see what's going on. My rigging is very similar to the kokanee rigging. The line goes through the bait. I've got a few beads, but when I'm out for trout, I'm not using the super bright colored beads. I've got these kind of square faceted, shiny silver baitfish colored ones. And those are followed by a standard red octopus hook. And I tip everything with a super sharp treble hook. Now when the bait is running through the water, all that sucks up close together, and as you can see there, I've got a treble hook trailing right behind the bait. Now, I'm going to put scent inside the bait for trout. Usually use some tuna, and I'll mix it up with some Procure or other fish scent, pack it full, and let her rip. If I feel like I need a little bit extra, I'll take a piece of anchovy skin, very thin, very small piece, and I'll just pin it on that back treble. Now that's going to give the trout a little bit of a target. It's going to give them something to nip at, and if they come up there nipping at that rolling bait, nipping at that treble hook, they're going to get hooked. It's going to be fish on, baby. So that's the two major ways of rigging these for freshwater fishing. For trout, I run with the treble. For kokanee, I run with the double hooks, and I'll be coming back to you later on with some different rigging options, and you can get really creative with these baits. I love them. They're big fish baits. We'll talk some more later on.
Bear in the water, bam.
Fish on. All right. Another Folsom Lake trout here. Come off?
Yeah.
Oh man. After losing our first two hookups, it was trout 2, fisherman 0. Lady Luck was with us on our third hookup, and we put this rainbow in the boat. Like a little rainbow.
In the net.
All right. First official rainbow of the day in the boat. Sweet. Like that, Brad. You like that gold one? We've been getting hit on that one a lot today. Maybe we should put out another gold one. So tell us a little bit about that rig, James.
Well, Brad's cut plugs were so phenomenal during salmon season, and they made such a big hit. They came out with these kokanee cut plugs. They had the regular size cut plug, the mini cut plug, which is still a little bit too big for kokanee and trout, and they came out with these little bitty small ones. They still have the same features as the bigger ones. There's a little band here. You can stuff it full of tuna. You can see the tuna stuck in there. That's had that same grade action, and the gold color has just been phenomenal. Gold of anything has been working really good the past couple of years. I teamed it up with this is a kokanee wobbler. I don't know the real name on this Dodger, but it's the Brad's kokanee Dodger, and all it is a salmon wobbler that they took the hooks off of, made it into a Dodger, and put a little bit of a bend in it. And these two together have been getting all the bites today. Out of everything out there, these two are the ones that are getting the bites.
On the next episode of Fishing the West with Kel Kellogg, we'll be on Lake Elminor with Captain Brian Racucci.
All right, yeah. Oh, he fell out of the net.